Hey, hi everybody. It's Renee Conkey coming to you from Water City Stamping Studio here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. We are here for our Monday Fun Day Facebook Live. So I'm going to go ahead and share it with the BIS page before we get started so everybody can find us. So just give me 1 second and let's refresh the page. We're in the right spot. Let's see how everything is. Okay. I think we're doing good. And okay, we are shared. Oh, good. You guys are finding me. I see there's a couple of you on here tonight. Welcome. Hi, Pat. Thank you for joining us. I have to flip it over so I can see your comments. I have been, let's see, we'll go like that. Okay, there we go. Hi, Mary Kay. All is well. Well, as far as this up north, we're good. I know way up north, they're not doing too good. Hopefully the power is starting to come back on for a lot of you up in northeastern Wisconsin. And ooh, what a mess. We just had rain and just a little tinge of snow this morning, but not too bad. We're supposed to get more snow though on Wednesday, and I mean it's April. This has just got to end. March came in like a lion and it went out like a lion. But anyway, hi Judy and welcome Sue. Thank you for joining us tonight. You guys, I'm excited. Tonight we are going to do the new 2025-2027 in colors. And I gave you a little bit of a sneak peek last Friday of the colors, and we did a quick little comparison with the colors that are real close to in colors. But tonight we're going to dive a little deeper and we're going to compare it with the colors that I still have. I tend to, hi Marcia, welcome. I tend to get rid of all my ink pads when they retire. I get rid of my ink pads, my markers, my cardstock. My motto is in with the new, out with the old. So I started doing the real comparisons with older cardstock in the last few years. So what I have is what I have. I don't have all the old cardstocks that we've always had. Hi, Mary. Hi, Bonnie. Thanks for joining us tonight. But anyway, we'll do a nice little comparison. And you guys, I did some stamping and it's a real quick and simple card, but I thought it turned out kind of pretty. And so I'll make that for you tonight as well. I'm not going to really, hi Shar, I'm not going to really dig into some of the other new products unless we have some time at the end. I just have a few things. The bulk of my order is coming in later this week, and so I thought I would maybe kind of do it. Yeah, good. I'm glad. I thought I would do the whole thing, at the end of the week. So I will be back on Friday, and I believe that will be at 1 p.m. Because my order is not coming in until hopefully on Thursday. Hopefully. If it doesn't, then it'll come in on Friday, and then maybe we'll have to do something else, and that'll be okay too. So I'm going to give myself a little extra leeway time. And let's see. So, but tonight we're going to do in color comparison, going to make a card, and then if we have time, we'll maybe take a couple little sneak peeks of just the couple things that I have, but we'll see how it all goes. We'll just go with the flow and we'll be like the wind. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today is the last day for taking advantage of the Thankful Garden anniversary class. And I'll go ahead and turn my camera down. I'll just do a real quick show. The cost of the class was $28. It included the Thankful Garden stamp set and 4 make and takes. Then you could also add on the masks to make those beautiful hydrangeas and wild roses is what I'm calling them. For $13. You could add the dies on for, oh golly, was it $31? Or you could add them both on for $40.75. So yet, but today is the last day to sign up because my order is going in right away tomorrow morning, and then we will have them ready by next Tuesday of next week. So let's go ahead, turn the camera down. Let's see if it works. I've been futzing with some buttons again. Like I said, I think it happened when my iPhone got updated. It seemed to, everything kind of changed. A lot of things changed with those updates. Drives me crazy. Just leave my phone alone, but whatever. Let's see how it works. We'll just flip the camera over and we will, no, it's not going to work. So we're going to have to pull it forward and pull it down. Bear with me, people. There we go. Let's get it nice and straight. And I'm going to wait until, let's push this back a little bit. There, like that. And I'm just going to wait until it pops on my, let's see, what do we got going on here? On my iPhone to make sure that it's in the right position. Yeah, I know. You know what, Sue, I forget things all the time. But I'm glad you remembered tonight. There, I think that looks pretty good. Hey, this is the class. It includes the Thankful Garden. Now, if you do not want this stamp set, you can choose. A couple of you have already chosen, other stamp sets, and that's totally fine. The stamp set is $24, so you can choose anything that's $24 or less, or maybe just even pay the difference. Hi, Mary. You'll get the 4 make and takes, and we colored some of them in with, you're going to get the stamp set, so you can always color in with your Stampin' Blends, your ink pads, markers, watercolors, you name it. But this is what it looks like when you stamp the image and color it in with the mask. And this is what it looks like when you're just using the mask alone. And if you, like I said, I know many of you, these are the masks. They're just like stencils that we always used to use on our walls when we stenciled our walls, which is now coming back into fashion. So you can add those on. Like I said, the stencils, which colored these two in, are $13. And hi, Joan. And then here's the Stampin' Blends. And then here are the dies. And like I said, I believe the dies are $31. I don't have my little book in front of me. I can't remember numbers. But both of the stencils and the dies would be $40.75, and you pay no extra shipping or handling and tax. So it's really kind of a good deal. So if you would like that class, you can just shoot me an email or message tonight, and then we would be all ready to go. We made some beautiful projects last week, and if you didn't see, take a look at last week's Facebook Lives I was on Wednesday, and then I was back on Friday, and we made some great cards using the Thankful Garden and the paper that was left over. Oh, you can also add on a full pack of the paper because you're not getting paper. This is not the usual class to go. So you're not getting paper in there, but you're getting the paper to make your own make and takes, if that all makes sense. So anyway, oopsie, hang on. And the paper was $12.50, and we went through the paper too. So I know many of you are on here, and I don't want to bore you with that, but I want to dive into these colors. Here is our annual catalog, and it's lovely. It really is. I can't wait to open it. But there's just some beautiful things. And as a matter of fact, the things that are on the cover is what we're using today. So it's called the Sweet Blooms. And, I actually I know I have to take this off camera because I can't open it up with you. But here we go. Yeah, the Memories in Bloom. Is that it? No, that is our scrapbooking. I do have to, I'm here. I'm still here. But I'm just trying to find what the suite is called. Florals in Bloom. Florals in Bloom. So, anyway, okay, I got my page turned to that. But we'll dive into that in a minute. I want to dive into these new in colors. And that actually goes with the Florals in Bloom, because the Florals in Bloom suite, the designer series paper, has all the new in colors in it. So you know how they always feature a designer series paper that has the in colors, and that is the Florals in Bloom, and that's the cards, or the make and take that we're going to do, and the cards that I'm going to show you. I just made a series of in color cards. So anyway, let's just get started. Okay, for those of you that weren't with me on last Friday, but even if you were, here are our new in colors. And we have Secret Sea. Okay, we have Strawberry Slushy, and I know some of you do have Strawberry Slushy from the past. It has made a comeback, and I'm very excited about that because it's a beautiful color. Hi, Diane. We have, excuse me, still kind of working on that darn cold. We have Timid Tiger, and we have, I have to check the names. Oh, I'm drawing a blank on the yellow. Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, and then we also have Secret Sea. Okay, now when you're looking at these colors, you're thinking, ooh, I don't know if that is my cup of tea. Well, just wait until you see them worked with. And like I said, and I said this on Friday, they are not always meant, even though we do have color combinations that show you how to use these together, they're not always meant to work together. They're meant to work with other colors that we carry in our 40 color lineup. So always keep that in mind. And I'll tell you, and I'm just going to be very honest with you, I thought, these are nice, but they're only okay. Oh my gosh, once I made my cards today, I thought, these are really pretty. They really do stamp really nice. So I'm really excited. And the ones that I thought, okay, are my favorite. So it was kind of interesting. And I'll tell you more about that when we get into the cards. You know, I just made a set of cards that, you know, I always do a set of in color cards that is the same card, but with each color. So we'll get into that more as we go along. But let's start. I have oranges on top. So we're going to start with a Timid Tiger, and let's do a little comparison there. Okay. And so here's our Timid Tiger, and I hope we're not having too many shadows. I think we're just going to, I think it looks okay. I know there's a little shadow going on, but we'll have to just go with the flow. So here's the Timid Tiger, and it really is a very nice color. It is necessary in our life because so many times I'm working with like pumpkin pie, or you need an orange, and pumpkin pie is really orange. It's really pumpkin pie. And so this is a good one for that, to kind of get away from that orange. And here's pumpkin pie. So you can see that's a true pumpkin, but this is like a pretty little flower orange. So it is really, really nice. And then, like I said, once you start working with it, it's great. I don't think I had a piece of peach pie cut. So here is peach pie. I'm going to put that down in there because that is from our orange family. Then, you know, when I always was working with pumpkin pie, when you need an orange, and like I said, it's perfect for our pumpkins and for certain things, but sometimes it's a little too orange. So, hi, Jane. So then you go to Calypso Coral, and sometimes Calypso Coral is not the right orange either because it's really not an orange, it's a coral. So here's Calypso Coral, so you can see that. So we got this nice, pretty, kind of a sherbety orange, or a dreamsicle orange is what I'm trying to say, a dreamsicle orange. So there's Calypso Coral. Here's Petal Pink. That's really, you know, a lot of times I always do Petal Pink and Calypso Coral, or Petal Pink and maybe Pumpkin Pie. But I think they will go together just fine. But, you know, it's not really in the orangey family, but I'm just going to show it to you anyway. And then if you have, we've had Grapefruit Grove in the past, and you're thinking, well, maybe it's like Grapefruit Grove, but it's not. It's its own orange, and like I said, I truly am very excited about it. So this is Timid Tiger, And once I stamped with it, and you'll see, you know, of course I made flower cards because that's the easiest thing to do. And it's from the Florals and Blooms. So, but you'll see what I mean with this orange. I'm really, really excited about it. So that is all the oranges I have. All right, so let's scoop those up. I'll have to make a peach pie little sampler so I have it for the upcoming years. Let's see, where should I put this? I'll put it right over here. Okay, let's go into the yellow. Now the yellow is an interesting yellow. The yellow, let's talk about it here. So we have, and this is Darling Duckling. And let's see, the yellows that I have are Daffodil Delight. So once you put it next to the Daffodil Delight, boy, you can really see a difference. And the Darling Duckling almost has a greenish tint to it. It's an interesting yellow. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. You can see that greenish tint. Here is Wild Wheat. The Wild Wheat also has a greenish tint, but not so sure about the color combination. Old one I had was a Delightful Dijon. And then we have Crushed Curry, which is in our current yellows, and that's not too bad as a color combination. The Daffodil Delight and this go really well. And then how about, I did not even put these together, but Lemon Lolly. And I think Lemon Lolly could be a really nice combination yellow when you're trying to do the tone on tone. I think the way I would go would be the Lemon Lolly with the Darling Duckling. But here are all the yellows. I know that we've had other yellows in the past. I just don't have them. But, you know, you can see the comparison of the yellows that we have. So, anyway, there, Crushed Curry, Lemon Lolly. It's an interesting yellow. I'll show you the sample in a little bit, but we'll see how it works throughout the year. I'm like interested to see how it's going to coordinate. It might coordinate really well with the greens. I don't know. Let's see. I didn't take my greens out. I'm going to grab them. Why not? I'm going to put these right here. I got my little sampler packet, and I just took out the yellows and the blues and the whatnots, you know. So, I didn't take this blue. Gotta take this blue. I guess I left a lot of blues out. Oh, this will be a good comparison. Hang on. I think I must have put all my blues back. What a weird girl. Anyway, okay. Here are with the greens, because I'd like to see what the yellow looks like with the green. And here it is with Granny Apple Green as a combination. That might be kind of nice. This was Parakeet Party. Nope. Soft Seafoam. Probably not. Lemon Lime Twist. Both of those greens have a little bit of that you know, the funky green in it. I don't know if it's funky. It's just kind of a real on trend green. And I think those might be really nice greens to coordinate with rather than like an Old Olive Mossy Meadow garden green. Let's see what that looks like. I'll just grab a sheet of that. Oh, that's nice. I think I like garden green and the duck. Yeah, I do. Let's take a piece of, do I have a piece of Old Olive here? Let's try that. Interesting. I don't know. But I do like the garden green. I do like that. That's a nice combination for a real summertime card. That could be really very nice. So those are some greens that will match our Darling Duckling. For my sample, I did use the Granny Apple Green. So I'm going to leave these greens out because I think greens are important to match with our colors. I should bring back that. Let's do that for a quick second. Here's our Timid Tiger. Now that's a nice color combination, especially when you're doing like, you do orange flowers with a yellow center, a yellow flower with an orange center, and then add it with your Granny Apple Green. That's a nice color combination. I do like that. How about Lemon Lime Twist? That is what I used today, so that's good. Lemon Lime Twist is not bad. I know they were showing, and I do believe, let's see how that would look too. They were showing Shy Shamrock with our, in our Florals in Bloom. Now see, Stampin' Up! Can do it, but it's not something that I can do. This is not a color combination that I would choose for myself, but I know that's the colors in the Florals in Bloom. Interesting, isn't it? Like I said, Stampin' Up! Can get away with that artistic matching, but I'm very much more of a traditional, which I like that. Oh, how about the garden green? Yeah, that would be nice too. I think that would work really well for a summertime card, spring card. So interesting, very interesting. Here we go. We will put these off to the side. And let's go to our tried and true strawberry slushy. Hi, Marianne. Welcome. Hi, Chris. Strawberry slushy. All right. Let's see. Do I have my reds pulled? Pinks? Purples? I don't. Gosh, what am I doing today? I don't know. I thought I was on the ball, but I guess not too much. Here, that goes here. Those are the blues. We have strawberry slushy. Let's pull out some of these pinks that I have. This was polished pink. Nothing like it. Okay. We had powder pink, blushing bride, berry burst. So you can see that that is really very much of a unique color. And melon mambo. Now melon mambo is what we have currently. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, Rococo Rose. No. Melon mambo is a repeat. Bubble Bath. Bubble Bath was just introduced. So you can see this is its really own unique color, and I'm very glad that we brought it back. And I'm going to put this powder pink with this. Flirty Flamingo. That's a nice little color combination, actually. I like the strawberry slushy and the Flirty Flamingo. That's not bad at all. Bubble Bath I don't like necessarily as a combination. Melon Mambo we could do. Let's see, do we have anything else? That's Fresh Freesia. That's pretty pink. Pink Pirouette. That's one of those baby pinks again. And Petal Pink. That's too orangey. Blushing Bride we already have out. So I think that will do it for the pinks that we have. Let me take a look in our repertoire here. And, oh, how about, let's compare it with maybe like Poppy Parade. There is, I'm going to take these pinks out of here. Here is Poppy Parade, so you can see that it's not really a red. And sometimes when I'm looking at it, you know, you look and you think, oh, that's red. It's strawberry, kind of a strawberry red, but it's not. It's actually really a true pink. Okay, so yeah, not red at all. So there are some of the colors. I'm going to take these pinks out of here because they really don't. But the closest that we've maybe had in the past, or you know, we did have watermelon, but that I don't have any of that anymore. But that was more of a red. So Strawberry Slushy, she's his own color, and very pretty. I do like it. I'm excited to use it. It's a nice, pretty, you know, you can use it for strawberries, but you can use it for apples. You know, it's one of those colors that will lend itself really well. And then when you put it with, of course, Granny Apple Green, of course, Lemon Lime Twist, Seafoam, that's okay. That's all right. Garden Green. Yep. That's a great little watermelon card right there. Let's see. Do we have... you know, I'm not that adventurous with my greens. Let's see. Any other green that I would think that would go nicely? No, and those, I'm just matching the greens today. I'm not matching it with like all the colors and whatnot. I think we can really have some fun with the colors, but I think these would be great combinations to use with the strawberry slushy. So there we have that. I'm excited. It's so pretty stamped. Very happy that it's coming back. Okay, now let's go into our two blues, and let's go into the, oh, it is not the Secret Sea, Cloud Cover. Cloud Cover. Now, just so you know, Cloud Cover, the ink pad is not going to be available right away. As far as us demonstrators are, we could not get it. There was an issue with the quality, and they had it done and they had it ready to go. And then they noticed that the color was not maintaining the color that they wanted. I think what they said that it was leaning towards more of a gray and not keeping that blue. It was just a chemical issue. Sometimes you have that when you're working with ink. And so they did pull it, and they are redoing it and getting it right. So I do not have the Cloud Cover ink pad, but I do have the Cloud Cover marker, and I was able to use that today. Hi, Judy. So let's do a comparison of the blues. We got lots and lots and lots of blues that you can compare it with. And then you'll see that they're not anything like it, or it might be a lot like it. So we'll start. We got Azure Afternoon, nothing like it, and not even in the same tonal family. So we'll put her up here. Pool Party. Now here's Pool Party, because you think, oh, it looks like Pool Party. It's not. Pool Party is a much more turquoisey, where this is much more gray. Here is Lost Lagoon. Love that combination, though. See, now that has the same kind of trend. And I think this Cloud Cover is going to be kind of like a basic beige, where it's going to turn into a neutral for us, you know, so where we can use it, and it's going to pick up the colors that you're working with. So I think it's going to be really fun. Bermuda Bay, nothing like it. Oops, something fell here. We have Soft Sky. I bet you a lot of you are thinking, hey, compare it with Soft Sky. So here is Soft Sky. So Soft Sky compared to Pool Party, compared to Cloud Cover. Okay, I have to keep these names in my head. I'm going to take Azure Afternoon out of here. She doesn't go at all. Blueberry Bushel. She's nothing like it. She's more of an Azure Afternoon girl. Pretty Peacock. Now, Pretty Peacock is one of those cards that can go bluish, it can go green, and I think when you match it with the Cloud Cover, it's going to go with, you know, it's going to be one of those colors that I think you can work with it really well, kind of like the Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock work really well together, and they're kind of that same tonal family. So, and this is not an artistic point of view. This is just Renee Conkey's own personal point of view. So anyway, oh, hi, Linda. Welcome. Here we have Coastal Cabana. Not so much. That's kind of in the Bermuda Bay. Boho Blue. Nothing like it. Not even really in... I think you could maybe layer it, but maybe not. I don't know. That's one I would have to really think about. And then we have Balmy Blue. Balmy Blue. We're getting too many blues up here. Let's put Peacock and Lost Lagoon together. We'll put Boho Blue up here. Balmy Blue. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. Tahitian Tide. That is turquoise. Oh, we did Azure Afternoon, and we also I have doubles. Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. Balmy Blue. Okay, Boho Blue. I did do doubles. Okay, Misty Moonlight. You know what I bet it was? Ooh, I like that. That's a really nice tone together. I think we talked about that last week. but I do like that combination. That would be a beautiful layer. That's really, really nice. I'll put Balmy Blue over here because it's not so much. Blueberry Bushel. I think one year I did this color comparison and I couldn't find my cards in the studio, so I did another one, Pretty Peacock. We already had that out. This is Orchid Oasis, which is purple. It's nothing like it. Starry Sky, which is purple, nothing like it. And then we have our Night of Navy, which would be a very nice color combination with that as well. So we can leave those up there. These guys, I think they're going to come out. These guys are going to come out because they're really nothing, not a tonal comparison at all as far as I'm concerned. But maybe, you know, greater minds, much more artistic minds than mine will know something more than I do. But I like these. And look at how when you're doing it with the blues, it almost makes it look more blue. But when you're doing it with this type of green, it almost makes it look more greeny. So I think it's going to be a really neat color to work with. And like I said, maybe more of a neutral. Hi, Florence. Welcome. So let's compare it with some of our greens. We already have Pretty Peacock, which was going to work really nice. And Lost Lagoon. Granny Apple Green, not so much. Let's see. At least not in my Soft Seafoam, not so much. Lemon Lime Twist, not so much. I like the pecans and the lagoons. Garden Green, that's a definite possibility. Let me grab my other little greens here. Let me grab this. And what else do I have? Shaded Spruce. Hang on one second. Oh, it's caught. Stuck in the thing. That is Pretty Peacock. And let's bring the Shy Shamrock, which I'm not sure that that'll work either. Shy Shamrock, you know, they do have it in the paper, so I gotta go with the greater minds, but I don't know. And here is Shaded Spruce. That's not bad. That I don't mind at all. And then Old Olive. Ooh, not so much, but maybe they'll show us something that looks wonderful. Anyway, you know, like I said, I am by no means an artist. That's why I like stamping, is because all the artwork is done for me. So anyway, I think it's going to be really fun with the blues, really fun with the lagoons, and really fun just maybe as a neutral. We will see. We will see. Let's put these away. So that is Cloud Cover. Cloud Cover, we'll have to wait and see when the ink pad comes in though. And keep our fingers crossed. Okay, got one more for you. And that is the Secret Sea. The Secret Sea. And remember we talked about this last week because I was saying, you know, it's really an in-between color between black and Night of Navy. Kind of. It is that really cool. Oh, that's not Night of Navy. Here it is. It's that really cool. Here is Night of Navy. So it's just that deep kind of inky sky. Inky, or, you know, like, you know, if you ever been on a cruise and you're looking outside at night, that is the color of the ocean. So let's take a look at it with the other blues, and we'll compare it with the other blues. And we went through a lot of these blues. We don't even have to do that. Tahitian Tide, Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, Soft Sky would be a nice color combination. Pool Party, maybe. Cloud Cover, very much, very much. That's a really nice color combination. So these can go. I'm not liking the Pool Party. The Orchid Oasis and Pretty Peacock, that is that green. Nope. Well, I mean, it might be good green to go with it, but it's definitely not picking up the blues when you match it with a blue. Blueberry bushel. How about boho blue? No. Balmy blue. It really is its own color. And this is what's exciting about this year's in colors, balmy blue, is that they really are, especially the cloud cover and the secret sea, the timid tiger, they're their own colors. It's very exciting. Colors that we haven't had. Where did I, oh, here. Did I take these out? I wanted, I'm looking for, okay, here's the Night of Navy, but did I even bring out Misty Moonlight? Yes, Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. So let's get rid of the peacock. And like I said, it's just its own color. So that is really cool. It's a color that we don't have. Just like the cloud cover is a color that we don't really have. So that'll be really fun to add to our, because a lot of times, you know, and I'm just being honest with you, a lot of times I'll hear from people, well, I don't think I need that color because I have this color, you know, or it's really a lot like, and that has happened, I will agree. But this year, I think they're very unique. I like them a lot. All right, so I'm going to put this away and let's match it up with the greens and see what kind of greens are going to go with it. Not lemon lime twist. Well, I don't know. Soft seafoam. Interesting. Granny apple green. Not too bad. I did use Granny apple green with the card that we're making today. I'm using for a flower card, I'm using the Secret Sea and the Granny apple green. So you will see it. Pretty Peacock, I think that would be a nice green for this. It's kind of like that same family look. And Lost Lagoon. Oh yeah, Boho Blue. That might be an interesting color combination. But let's see, here's Garden Green. That's nice. Garden Green seems to be hitting the trick on every color, you know, and Garden Green is just not my favorite green, but I think I'm going to be liking it a lot this year. I think a lot. And how about, let's see, Old Olive. That's not bad. It's got potential. Shy Shamrock. It's not for me, but Old Olive. And then what about Shaded Spruce? I had Shaded Spruce in here. Oh, that's nice too. You know how sometimes like in the fall you have blue and green cards, or even at Christmas, we do some blues at Christmas, and it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to, hi Barb, it'll be interesting to really start playing around with this and really getting more products and so forth. So I am excited. Like I said, and I'm excited after I started stamping with it. And why don't we do that? Let's make our card. All right. And then I'm going to show you all the cards that I made. I made just a series of 5, one from each color, and they're all the same. So I'm just going to show it to you. And like I said, I'm going to use the Secret Sea. You know, between Cloud Cover and Secret Sea, it's really kind of throwing me for a loop. I'm going to use the Secret Sea. I am cutting it at 4 inches because, you know, I like my designer series paper. And then I'm going to score it at 5.5. And we'll go ahead and just cut. Oh, I think we will cut. Did I cut 1 inch off? Nope, I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch off. So it's just going to be a folded card like this. So, and then I have my card folded. You know what I think I'm going to do before we start making the card, though? I'm going to show you the designer series paper and the suite of the floral bloom. So I'm just going to put this off to the side. I kind of got a little ahead of myself, and I want to show you how these colors match. Now, like I said, This is really pretty paper. And for those of you that were lamenting that there's no purple this year, well, there sure is purple in this paper pack. And so this paper pack is called Florals in Bloom, and it's part of a big, huge suite. And when I say big, huge suite, that means that there are two stamp sets in the suite. And let me show you the stamp sets here. We have Sweet Blooms, which has this beautiful lovely and bloom where you are planted. Have a lovely day. It's a lovely day. Let joy bloom. So really nice combinations. And then the dies for that particular stamp set have the words. Grab those dies. Pretty floral dies. I bet you this is the one. I didn't even open up the dies yet, and I'm wondering where I have my other set of dies, because they will cut out these, okay? But this are the dies that go with this. So it has those, oh no, oh yeah, this is not, okay, I'm kind of confused. I gotta look. Hang on. That'll show you when I didn't even get to look at my stuff here. Oh yeah, well that goes with the pretty florals. Okay. This goes with this. Look at how big some of those flowers are. Those are going to be really fun. And then these are standalone flowers. All these solid image ones, okay, standalone leaves, standalone flowers. So those are going to make your multi-textured, you know, like the poppies and the things like that we used to do. You're going to be able to layer those, and so those will be really cool. And then all the open ones are the things that are going to cut out all of these guys. So this is going to be really fun to work with. So this is the pretty florals, okay? I got confused for a minute there, but I want to find you the Sweet Blooms. Hang on one quick second. I know I pulled it off to the side. Sweet Blooms is right here. Oh, you guys, and I think I'm going to have to show you some more stuff too here. Oh, are they? Yeah, Chris. I know. I think so. Maybe that's why you like stamping with me, because maybe our color tastes are the same. Because I do, you know, Chris says our color tastes are very similar. And, you know, everybody's got different tastes. But, oh, look at that. So, lovely and lovely are written out, so you can layer the two pieces. Okay, so you can write it. You can do it's in stamping and then put the lovely in the words. Use your foamy mounting tape. And then bloom is also the same, two-layered bloom, the word bloom, and then you can cut out this pretty little flower. So this will be really fun to work with, and I haven't dug into it just yet. But anyway, yeah, I think we kind of lean towards, you know, we always have our favorite stampers too, and people that we like to stamp with and like their stuff. And it's probably because we have similar tastes in colors, you know. So anyway, these are the two stamp sets. Okay, we're going to be working with this stamp set though in a minute. Here is that beautiful paper, and it's called Florals in Bloom, and it has hibiscus. No, not hibiscus. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. What is it? What's blooming? What's the bulb that's blooming right now? Gosh, I get them all the time, and they got that nice, beautiful. Oh gosh, I'm just drawing a blank. My mind is like, my brain is kind of fogged with this cold. Oh, girls, what is it? Somebody help me with what this flower is. It's a bulb. If you think of it, write it, please. Save my life. And then you have this pretty little green background. And look at Shy Shamrock. It's got all the colors. Bubble Bath, Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Secret Sea, Shy Shamrock, Strawberry Slushy, Summer Splash, and Timid Tiger. So there you have it. Okay, look at those beautiful flowers. And then on the other side is the Secret Sea. So then you have, I'm going to leave the flowery side up. Oh my gosh, you guys, I buy the bulbs all the time. You know, they're in the grocery store. I buy the daffodils and the tulips. Why am I not? Oh, somebody help me. Hyacinth, thank you. Oh my God, I don't even think I would have came up with that. Hyacinth. Yeah, I love my hyacinths. Okay, and then it's got the darling timid tiger and then the darling duckling little speckled background. But look at how they combine their colors in there. Here's the same one. Look at this pretty little flower in cloud cover, Secret Sea, timid tiger. Here you have all those colors. Here we have, I should have pointed them out, some are strawberry slushy, timid tiger, and the daffodil, or the duckling. Same thing on that other one. Look at with the hyacinths. Secret Sea, cloud cover, whatever they're using for the green right there. I'll just continue on. And then my purple ladies, look at those beautiful flowers in bubble bath. And, oh, what purple are they using here? Petunia pop. Look at this one. Look how pretty. And, you know, the dies will cut out some of these flowers. And then on the back side, we have a nice, pretty purple background. This one has the cloud cover background. So we are, look at that combination. That's really, really pretty. Look at that combination. That's really pretty. Look at this combination even. So this is the paper, okay? And this is the Floral and Blooms paper. And I'll show you, it really is beautiful. Oh, so many beautiful things. But let's make our card, and we're going to use that paper. And you guys, I'm telling you, I had to use the solid side of the paper. I couldn't use the floral because I'm making in color cards. So we're using the Secret Sea. Oh, where's my packet here? And so we're not using the florals, but I promise you I will use the florals very soon. All right, so we have our Secret Sea, and remember it was 4 by 11. I scored it at 5.5, and then I cut 3/4 of an inch off the bottom. Okay, so we have that. Let's get that bone folder out. Okay, and then I have some basic white, and the basic white measures 3. Hi, Rita. Measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to be for the inside of our card. We have our Secret Sea. Yes, look at those beautiful flowers. No, I'm not using them. Look at those Secret Sea flowers. Guys, it's so cool. But anyway, trust me, it'll be okay. It will be okay. Oh, you know what? I need to trim this down. I need to trim this down to, it is 4 by, I'm going to cut off 3/4 of an inch. So it is 4 by 4 3/4. 4 by 4 3/4. Okay, and that will just cover the whole front of our card, because you know how I like to do those cards inside. And then I just have a real quick layer. And this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then this is 3 by 4. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do our flowers first. Okay, oh, we can leave these out. And let me get my flowers. All right, and we're going to use the Florals in Bloom. And let's see, we're going to make hyacinths. So I can't believe that I couldn't even think of the word. Good golly. Okay, we're going to use this little stem right here because it has the 3. You know how hyacinths like to kind of, they come out in multiple, you know, little flower heads, you know, and are layered like that. So we will use that. And I'm going to use it in the Granny Apple Green. So we'll just ink this up. Put that right there. And then we'll get out our Secret C. I'm going to leave that open because I need to use that a little bit. And if you notice, it's two-step stamping. So we have the solid image, that's going to be lighter. And then we have the detail, and that's going to be darker, but we're just using the one ink pad. So we're going to stamp the solid first. So you ink it up, stamp it off, and stamp it. Look how pretty that is. It almost, now when I'm doing it this way, I thought, it almost looks kind of like, you know, the grape hyacinth color. Not really, but, you know, a little bit. Kind of, you know, a little interpretation of that. So, there. Aren't they pretty? They're cute. So now let's put on the detail. So don't forget to stamp it off. And then the detail, you're going to stamp directly on top. And get those little flowers. They're easy peasy to match up. And if you don't match it up, it just looks artistic. That's my motto. Carol Duvall used to say, unregistered. So there you have that. Pretty, isn't it? Isn't it cute? It's just, and so easy to stamp. We'll leave that open too, because we're going to use for the words. I'm just going to take a little aqua painter. And I use, you guys, and I haven't done this in a long time. We haven't talked about it in a long time. I use my old shimmer pens. And when they're empty and they're all done, I just take the barrel off. I fill it full of water and then put it back on. And then it even has a little bit of shimmer, you know, at first too. So it's kind of nice. But I don't want my flower just to hang out in the world. Just add a little green there. And that's all I wanted to do. All right, so let's put that right here and let's put our card together. And we'll layer it on that 3x4. Put that off to the side. We'll take our designer series paper, and it pains me. It's paining me, but this is a pretty card, and sometimes you have to use your paper. You can always get more paper. But I promise you I will be doing the florals very, very soon. So we'll put that on there. So it's going to open like that. Then I have my white. And let's stamp the white before I attach it. Because, you know, it's inevitable that I make a mistake. So in the card, or in the stamp set they have, You Make Me Smile. So we will put that right in the middle. And see? That is why I do that, because I got my little fingers in it. You Make Me Smile. And then I'm going to put hello right down here at the bottom so it sneaks through that little slot that we made into our card. All right, and then we can add that, and I don't want any ink on my fingers. We can add that to the inside of our card. There we go. So it's just like that. So the little hello, and then You Make Me Smile. So this is going to go right on the top, and that's just what I was going to do. And then I thought, you know what, it's pretty, but it just needs a little something. And wouldn't it be nice to have some ribbon? Well, we were not able to purchase the coordinating ribbon just yet, and that's okay. Because what I did is I took, I have a spool of white, and this is a, let's see, it is just our woven white ribbon. I think it's about 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch or so. And usually I color my ribbon in with, you can color it in with your ink pads. You can color it in with your Stampin' Blends, but we don't have Stampin' Blends yet, but we do have the markers. And we got the markers and the ink pads ahead of time and the cardstock. So I just took my marker, okay, and I will take the Secret C marker. These are the new in color markers, and I always like to take it off. I know that I'm going to use about that much. And I'm just going to take my marker and color this ribbon in. And I'm just going to go on the side. And this is probably not the most optional way, but it looks really pretty and it's what I wanted to do today. And so if you have 1 or 2 cards that you want to color and you want to have that perfect matching ribbon and you're out of your Secret C ribbon, or you know, it wasn't available, but you need just that little piece there, use your marker. I probably use my blends first because that is alcohol based and they dry right away. But using these markers dried almost immediately. And I kind of like it's, you know, it looks like it's a little mottled. And I like that. It kind of makes it look like that kind of ombre-ish look. I want to show you though what I did. And I'll show you, the first time I did it and I thought I'll just use my ink pads. So you can see the difference when you're using your ink pads. It really, really soaks in with your ink pads. And all I did was take a blending brush and held it through my ink pad and took a swipe. It took a while for it to dry. And you can see that it's much deeper and much darker. And it's pretty. Boy, it takes on almost like a basic gray kind of appearance. But it's really, you know, not when you put it together with the blue. But I just kind of like the lighter, wispier color. So I just wanted to show you that. I did that with all of the colors. I'll show you the difference because maybe you want it really nice and deep and dark, you know, so it's always an option, always an option. We will have ribbon that will coordinate. So, but that will be coming out a little later, and I needed ribbon today. So this is what I did. Or like I said, maybe you don't have the ribbon. Maybe you didn't get the ribbon. Although you can get the ribbon, I will be doing my In Color Club. And we're going to reformulate it a little differently this year. So the details will be coming up, but each month in my In Color Club, you'll get one of the new In Colors with the ink pad, the markers, the cardstock. You'll get the gems. You get all sorts of stuff. You're going to get a card to coordinate with that color. And we go from May through September and until you get all the new in colors and the products that go with it. So there'll be more information coming up with that soon. But let's finish putting our card together. We will put some gems, or not some gems, some dimensionals right on the top. And pop that right on there. Okay, and then we need some gems. And they do have, we got our In Color gems in all the 5 in colors. We have the slushy, the duckling, the tiger, the cloud, and the sea. And we'll just take and put some, they kind of are a little iridescent. Very pretty. So we'll just put those on. And this is our quick little hyacinth card. And I was very pleasantly surprised because a lot of times when you make a card out of the new green in colors, it's not, you know, it is what it is. And I thought this is really a very pretty hyacinth card. It works really, really well. Let me go ahead. I'm going to put this off to the side and we can, let's flip this over so I don't have, cover this so I don't get anything anywhere. And we'll get our paper out again. And let's see, that is the Secret C. Okay. Here, let's bring out the cloud cover. And here is Look at this one, you guys. I thought this was beautiful. See, I made the exact same card in all 5 cards. And look how pretty that blue is. All of a sudden it's a real blue when you're doing it with the flowers, you know? I just thought that was just lovely. I really, really was just tickled pink with both of these cards. And once again, that paper's from the Floral Blooms. So let me just get a lot of this stuff out of here. I don't like interference here. Okay, so the next color we will do is, we'll do the Strawberry Slushy, and we'll put that on there. And let's see, here is the Strawberry Slushy. So, all right, Jane. Here is the Strawberry Slushy. Now, isn't that perfect? And look how pink that looks. Because sometimes when you're looking at it, like I said, it looks red. But in these hyacinths, it just took up such a different color. It was very pleasantly surprised how pretty the colors were. You know, like I said, I didn't know what to think of the new in colors. I like every color, I always do, but I just didn't know what to think. And so I was just so like pleasantly surprised. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put this one right here. My light is kind of interfering here, so we'll put that right there. And here is a Timid Tiger, and look how pretty that's stamped. Now I had to use the same paper for the Timid Tiger that I did for the Darling Duckling because that's what they offered. But isn't that a beautiful orange? It's just a really necessary orange that we needed. Hey, I'm going to slide this over. Why not? I got plenty of room here. So let's do this. And then I have the Darling Duckling here. That'll be our last one. And let me pick up my light. And there's the Darling Duckling. And then here is, look at that pretty little flower. It looks lemony when you put it together with the garden green. It has that perfect little lemon color. I was really kind of very, like I said, really pleasantly surprised in how these all stamped. I was just like, now I love them. I just love them. I love them all when I actually got to stamp and use the stamp pad with them. So, oh yeah, thank you. I know, aren't they, Florence? That's what I thought. I mean, it was all of them that I was just so pleasantly surprised in the color. And to me, that is just a real, I know they say lemon lolly, but this is a real lemon yellow, and especially with that Granny Apple green. So I was just like tickled pink. And then let me show you, I wanted to show you the different, this is when I used the Strawberry Slushy. This is with the marker, and this is with the ink pad. So you can see how dark that got with the ink pad. Timid Tiger, but maybe you want a really, really dark orange, you know, maybe, you know, in the fall with the leaves, you're going to want that. That was rubbing the white ribbon through the Timid Tiger ink pad. And this is the white ribbon with the Timid Tiger marker. So it's really kind of cool, the difference that you can get, you know. There is the Darling Duckling. Now that picked up a lot of the green, you know, it's kind of different. And then here's the Secret Sea, and that is almost like a black, you know. It's interesting, and I just thought I would show that to you, you know, what I did today. So we'll put the ink pads there with them, the slushy, the duck, and the CCC. You can tell that I have a 2-year-old. I always have in my life. I have all those songs in my head. And no cloud cover just yet. So anyway, I think this is where we're going to leave it today. I guess we did take up the whole hour. So I hope you enjoyed the color combination and got a little inspired, and maybe are seeing these colors in a different light like I did. I'm thrilled to bits with them. And I will be back on Friday because you guys, we have some amazing products coming. I'll save this one for Friday. It is stunning paper. We have beautiful foil papers, more florals, more stamp sets, hybrid folders. So lots and lots of stuff. And that's the stuff that I have, and the stuff is coming too. So it'll be really exciting. So I'll be on Friday at 1 o'clock. You can kind of plan on me at 1 o'clock unless something changes. Then the option would be 11 o'clock. So just check your, oh, thank you, you guys. Just check the page, in the morning if you think of it, if you want to make your plans for the day. And otherwise, there's always replay. So take care. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I will see you Friday. Bye-bye.